So welcome everyone. It is March the 9th, 2026, and we're jumping in to book club, and we're on the law of intent with Sanat Kumara. And here's Sanat Kumara right here. Here's the book, Home to the Heart, how things work in the higher realms. And we're in the pubic chakra, which is the one right above the root, below the sacral, below the tummy chakra. Okay, and there was something I was going to say here, but no. What we're doing today is actually the meditation for the law of intent. So it's not included in the book, but you can listen to the audio here, and I'll post the audio in the newsletter and in the post. So it's a fascinating journey. We're going to go into the heart, and there's a lot of information in the meditations, but I didn't include them in this book because it just would have made it too big. But I think there's going to be a third book that's just the meditations. So we'll see how that goes because of all the information in them. Yeah, I'll get the second one done and then we'll do the third one, which is just all meditations. So amazing. Great idea, whoever's idea it was. Yeah. Okay, so we're surrounded. There's a lot of help today. So welcome and thank you to all our galactic friends above and below, to the Mother, to the mighty Archangel, Sanat Kumara, the Ascended Masters, enlightened beings, beloved saints, and especially our guides and guardians. Thank you for watching over us. I know when I did the event last night, I had so much help because I was a bit tired. It was a long, busy weekend. And just the information that came through, it was amazing. So, and to Gaia for holding us. So our universal selves, what happened was my bigger self came closer, and there was even I felt a bit of a download before I went into the event, and then obviously it was the first meditation that was 15 minutes long, and the drumming that went with it. It was amazing. So it's what's available to us now. Our bigger selves are really anchoring closer. So let's surround ourselves with the mighty ones, with Archangel Michael, and of course the Mother. Place that cloak around you if you feel like it. It is our cloak, a cloak of freedom, of truth, of power. It's a good one to remember if you're feeling triggered or, feeling the uncomfortable energy, ask for help, put the cloak on, and gain the clarity, because blue is clarity and truth. It's very much connected to Archangel Michael's blue flame of truth. And then the next wall, Archangel Raphael with his emerald, Archangel Uriel with his silver, and just see them walking right along the wall, carrying their flames. And then, of course, Archangel Yophiel with his Yofi dust, which is an amazing thing to sprinkle on anything, self when we're feeling uncomfortable, or any situation that is difficult. Other beings that are obviously, going through the ascension symptoms, it can shift energy in the moment, where I've been showing people how to experiment with it and watching the results. It's really fascinating. And of course, Archangel Gabriel in the middle, ascension spiral, that's all around us, and why we're rising up into our joy, into being able to bless everything just like our angel selves. And Sanat Kumara is golden as well, and he carries the scales of balance. This is a little bit of extra information about the archangels. And I know, Stefan, you were asking about this quite a few sessions ago. But so what Archangel Michael does is he has a blue flame of truth, and it burns away doubt and denial. So if you're ever like in a situation where you feel that energy, bring in Michael, call him in, and work with his flame. And you can surround yourself in the flame, and it really does open things up. Consciousness is remembering to ask for help, because often in the moment we freeze and we forget very easily, and using the tools in the moment. And Archangel Uriel, his silver flame of clarity and truth for facing into any fear that you have or dealing with. And Gabriel, again, cobwebs of doubt. And you can ask her to blow her trumpet right into your heart. And it's kind of this color that I'm wearing. She's really old gold. So that's an amazing, it's just good to know that all this help is around us and it's really asking in the moment. And this I found when we study joy, this is in the wording of Archangel Gabriel around joy. And she says, I want to make a distinction. You think of doubt, of fear, of happy or sad as an emotion or a belief. They do not have, can I say, the solidity, the substance of the divine qualities, joy included. Joy is a state of being. It is a condition. And when you reach that platform where you're pretty much in joy all the time, you will know it. It is not something that floats in and out. Yes, you are building your bonfire, so that's the gratitude for everything, but you already have the flame and the match, it is already within you. And here she goes on to say, now, doubt is not a core condition. It is a situational response. It is a belief in limitation or fear that you are not loved enough or cared for enough or powerful enough. How many of us say I'm not enough? It's like the mantra of the human being. So it's just a belief in limitation or fear. So when you take the higher condition, the divine quality, and you take the ray of that quality and you bring that energy to the doubt, the fear, whatever it is, it will dissolve it. So this is how important it is to work with color. Color is the perfect balance of vibration and frequency, the mother and the father. And this is why we breathe color all the time. So working with color when you're triggered, when something's really uncomfortable, it can dissolve the issue very quickly. So I just thought that would be a good thing to remember. Okay, so she says doubt is a situational response, and you can bring the whole band of the color to the situation. And you can see the whole band is from lightest to darkest. And I didn't conclude all the different ones, just to give you an idea. So every color has a whole band. And when you work with lightest to darkest, it makes a big difference. So it's something fun to experiment with. And just know that blue connects us to trust, serenity, communication, knowing to ask for forgiveness, hope, our infinite potential. So that's Mother, Archangel Michael and the Divine Mother. Love is charity. Yes, Darren.
Well, I was just curious if you found a difference in the strength of a light color versus a dark color.
Using all of them all at
But
once.
you use them all at once. You don't use one separately.
You can if you want, but it's really powerful if you're seeing all of them.
Okay.
Or feeling all of them. Yeah.
So,
Okay. So, and love or green is love. So blue is peace. The golden energy is joy, but the green is charity. And of course, remember compassion. It was made up of the green. I am love, loved, lovable. And then the silver energy. So these two, like, see how there's Michael and the mother? There's Raphael and Uriel with the silver and the green. And in the higher realms, Raphael could be feminine and Uriel could be feminine. It's just that they're emanating masculine right now. But so these are two masculines, but really powerful. And Archangel Gabriel and the Divine Father. So there's your feminine and your masculine. So it's just good to know that the perfect balance is within the colors. And then the gold is self-worth, joy, gratitude, balance, alignment, authority, will. Your divine authority is connected to the golden energy, the yellows, and the divine father is infinite knowledge and infinite creation. and Michael and the mother connect to infinite potential. So, I mean, it all leads to the same thing, back to the heart and into deeper and deeper love for the self, and then extending it out to the collective. And Archangel Raphael, one of his tools is an emerald mirror. And I think that's why I put the emerald and the silver together, because look, the silver and the emerald. Yeah. So, anyways, it's just interesting. Yes. And this is the reminder that Lao Tzu had in the last couple classes, where he says the kingdom of heaven is within us right now. And you probably notice that when I write now, I sometimes capitalize it and make it emerald green, because time is coming into the now. We're at about 3 days out of 7. That's why it feels like time is speeding up. So what used to be 7 days is now down to about 3. And the closer we get into the now, that's all of us in our non-judgment. And then, um, well, the planet as a collective working together. So we're getting there. But that's why time is speeding up. And that's why whenever they say now, they want us in the now. They want us operating, not worried about the future, not stressed about the past, but in the now, which is a place of joy. Okay, so let's ignite our tri-flames just to begin, and then we're going to jump into the intention meditation. So whatever color is coming to you, just breathe it in. And the reason we're breathing in energy through the top, Kundalini energy moves up from the bottom generally, but we're working with Kundalini energy coming down from the top to activate all the chakras. And that's why we're always breathing color. And doing this daily is an incredible practice to bring yourself into that divine alignment and activation of all the knowledge in the chakras, your balance. So breathe in the color that is coming to you right now. Pause, just fill up your both hemispheres of the brain, the mind, and on the out breath, drop down into your heart chakra, into that emerald green, whether it's a place in nature, whatever comes to you, and sense your tri-flame, the blue of the mother and Michael, that peace, that serenity, knowing everything is forgiven, and feel that flame expand. And then over to the yellow, the golden yellow of Gabrielle and the Father, and feel that energy of your self-worth expand, your joy, that gratitude for purpose, your action, and then into the middle, into the pink of the self, your inner child at peace, the truth of love in the middle, and see all the flames dancing together and as equal as they can be. What you're seeing, to that expansion, really feel into your truth, that silver spark, and then connect that energy above to source, braid it into one, and see that energy go up to source and braid it into one, and see it connect to Gaia. And there you are, you're in your perfect alignment. And this is the feeling of that divine alignment to carry with you throughout your day or evening. Okay, good, nice. Okay, so now when we activate our tri-flame, we're really activating our self-love and our self-worth. All the old belief systems are based on lack of self-love and lack of self-worth. And that golden sparkly energy that we've been working with in the lower chakras is our consciousness. And we're going to work with intention today, the law of intention, with Sanat Kumara from this pubic chakra. So from the base of our being, we're really going deep into our self-worth, knowing our value, that electric energy, perfect balance of love and worth, self-love and self-worth, right from our root, and being able to communicate that out to the planet. We're in the second dimension of the pubic chakra. It's a communication chakra. Our humility, really, truly grateful for the journey and for everyone that is on the journey with us, the collective. So, this is the beginning of the Universal Law of Intent, the meditation with Sanat Kumara. So, I think it's best, I wouldn't close your eyes for this. We're going to go through it so you can just watch the slides. And then maybe when we do the next session, next Monday, we'll go through it quickly and then get into the teachings. But what he asks us to do is take a deep breath of gold. So follow along, do the breathing, but just watch the slides because I want you to see the colors and everything. So he says one of the things we tend to forget when we're working with the rays, with the colors, it is that every color has its own band of color and its own range and rainbow of color. When we look at the gold, it comes from the almost shiny platinum color of Yahweh. So think of the sunlight, even the streaming sunlight, and that the feeling that you get from that. Like how much gratitude do you feel for the sun when it's shining and it's been really cold out? Into the brilliant shiny gold of Raj, of Sanat Kumara, keeper of universal law, and into that deep Florentine gold, old gold of Gabriel. And then they say, don't forget the rose gold, and then the gold of black-eyed Susans, and the center of daisies of citrine. So it's almost a brown. When I looked it up, I should have put a little picture of one, but I'll do that for next session. It's almost a brown, so really deep, deep, deep golden. So it's a whole range of color from the light to the shiny to the deep old to the rose gold to the center of daisies and black-eyed Susans. So he says, as we begin to relax, as you settle into your chair, allow yourself, as we do our breathing, to breathe in that entire golden rainbow. The quality of gold is not only powerful, but it is warming. It is comforting, heartwarming. So relax and let go of the day, the week that lies ahead, and thank yourself. So there's the gratitude. Thank yourself for taking this time, not only for you, but for us, for the collective of humanity. So as we work with that gratitude for self, it automatically extends out to the collective, as within, so without. And he says, we're in the home stretch. This is great. Yay. So bring down, even if it doesn't look like it. In a way, when you watch the Epstein files come out, they were suppressed for so long. And that is a huge issue that's been on the planet for centuries, the abuse of women. So really letting that come up to the surface and bless the people that were involved. They were the ones, as Lao Tzu said in humility, just give thanks that, we weren't really involved in this lifetime, but maybe in other lifetimes we were. We're all responsible for everything that's happened on the planet. So it's a matter of being in that state of compassion from the root, non-judgment, knowing that we can ask for forgiveness and everything is forgiven. We need our healing centers to be that knowledge to be incorporated into them, especially the prison system. So relax your jaw, relax your neck, sink into your chair as if you weigh 2,000 pounds and you couldn't move if you wanted to. Relax those hips, those knees, your ankles, your feet. And let's begin by taking a nice deep breath of gold and allow whatever color of the gold that comes to you and simply breathe in through your nose and welcome it. Open your crown, see it descend into your head, and exhale the debris of illusion, of stress, of tension, of worry. So that's what happens when you breathe in the color up will come the old stuff to let it go. And if you find yourself yawning, that's great. That's old sorrow. Or coughing. It's the color actually helps release the tension in the physical form. And again, breathe in the gold and feel yourself bringing all that energy down into your heart, deeper and deeper. Now, resting and anchored in your heart, together, let's go to the heart of Gaia, to the council fire. Feel your energy traveling down through your lower chakras, down through your legs, out of your root chakra, down through the floor, the cement, the foundation, through the soft earth of Mother Earth, down through the granite, the rock, the water, the gaseous layers deeper. So we did this meditation before where we go down to the center of the planet. See yourself traveling down until you're at a portal, a window, a door, and go through that portal where you see Gaia, our beloved archangel, our mother of earth, the custodian, standing by this beautiful golden campfire, the council fire. And see Gaia bend down and take one of these golden flames and place it directly in your heart, that you will carry her warmth and her wisdom as you travel during this earth life. So this is such a beautiful meditation because Gaia actually gives you a flame from the council fire, and you can feel it enhance your golden flame and your tri-flame. So what it's doing is enhancing our self-worth, our joy, all that power of the golden qualities. And then feel yourself leaving, pulling back up through the void, the gaseous layers, the water, the granite, the earth, back in through your foundation of your building or your house, your apartment, your floor, your carpet, pulling that golden flame. So the reason I think he says pull it, because that's the divine alignment with Gaia. It's like a golden energy of power and self-worth and joy. And you can see that golden energy from you to the center of the planet that you carry now into your heart, and feel that warmth and that golden glow. And now we're going to go into the chamber and behind the heart, but there's a couple of places you can fly in. So we're going to fly in, he says, and go deeper with me, go deeper into your heart, breathe it in, and on the out breath, go deeper. And at the bottom of your heart, the seat of your soul, see a tiny pinprick of light and fly through that pinprick portal of light to the interior chambers of your heart. So the seat of your soul is actually at the top of your solar plexus. Your heart chakra is like a Valentine heart, and that tip goes right to the top of the solar plexus. And the solar plexus is above the belly button and it's bright yellow. That's your power center. So right at the tip there's another pinprick of light you can fly through. You can go now, and as you enter into these chambers, you see that there are magnificent walls. Upon these walls are written symbols, sentences, ancient languages, formulas, and all of this information that you've brought with you for you to access to assist you on your sacred journey. So this is how important it is to sit in the heart space, but to fly into your golden temple and behind and sit there, because you don't have to see this information. It just comes, but it comes when we're sitting still. So it's super important to do meditations and consciously go into that space in behind your heart chakra and just sit there and receive. This is part of the law of give and receive that's connected to the solar plexus. That yellow energy, that power. Now, previously, we have looked at this wall and you have discerned your sacred purpose. So remember that and anchor that as well. And sacred purpose is something that can expand and expand. So just know, like, if you're at a certain stage of the purpose, just know that it keeps expanding. But today we come to look for two things that relate to your intention for this lifetime. What was your intention in terms of your mission and purpose prior to returning to Earth? What was your plan, your agreement that you wrote on the walls of your heart prior to your return? So take a moment and read or feel or discern or listen, however you do this. So, you know what? I'm going to put the link to this meditation so you can listen to it easily. And then when you go in, you'll see it's easier to sit still in the heart and really discern. Open your heart and listen and feel and read what was your intention. And breathe and anchor that knowing, not in just a deep meditative state, but ask for it to be anchored also in your conscious waking awareness. So sometimes it can come a couple days later. But when you go in and you make the conscious effort to sit in there and ask, what was my intention before I came? It'll come. It'll come. I have no doubt. Okay, what was your plan? What was your intention? And then he says, now we're going to move to the second piece of information that is useful to you. What is your intention for your life right now? So the first one was the big picture. What was my intention before I came? And now, what is my intention for my life right now? What is the smaller piece? What is your intention in terms of your ascension, the completion of your ascension in this moment of now? Look at the walls of your heart. Do not let preconceptions be your answer. Allow this information to emerge rather than simply lay it out, and bring this knowing to your conscious awareness as well, and see how it is in direct alignment and balance with your overall intention for your life. See the divine perfection and your reflection of divinity in this. So that just, it's something that will come to you with practice. So just be practice going into that space and listening. And he says, now with that knowing of both factors intact, simply gently open your eyes, give thanks and gratitude for this wondrous insight. So this is just a reminder now what the two things were. So it's like big picture, mission and purpose. And we all pretty much had the same intention before we came. So just think of it as a big, big picture intention. What was our plan? The agreement we wrote on the walls of our heart before returning to Earth. So there's always intention. There's creation or imagination is the beginning of creation, but this is a very big plan, and we've been coming back and back and back to this planet with the same intention, the big picture intention. And then what is our intention for our life right now? What is the smaller piece? What is our intention in terms of our ascension, the completion of our ascension in this moment of now? And then I wanted to give you a sense of what ascension is, because it's such a big word. And we do know it's all of us ascending into feeling the joy of the higher realms, really grateful for being able to get up in the morning and be super grateful for everything, our purpose, and excited about life. And but I loved what Kuan Yin said. She said, the ascension is each of you opening your hearts to the magnificence of your divinity and the acknowledgement of the divinity of all. So again, divinity within, divinity without. Very simple. Love within, love without. And then the Divine Mother had this to say, and it sort of goes into what we learned in the Law of Sacred Purpose, knowing we are one family. Sanat Kumara opened the Law of Sacred Purpose with reminding us that we are all one. And the Mother says what it means to be one unified heart. So all of us in our hearts and acting from our hearts. So a unity grid, unity consciousness, And that consciousness is nothing more complex than the sharing of the heart, the sharing of love, and it begins and ends with your beautiful sacred self. So it all comes back to love. And then I found this, what Jesus said about consciousness, which is really amazing because Sanat Kumara says, ask it to be anchored in your conscious waking awareness. And Jesus says you have to realize that consciousness is something very powerful. It is much more than a passive registering of an emotion. Consciousness is an intense creative force. Consciousness is not something static. Things do not remain as they are. We're always evolving. You will notice that if you do not nourish the energy of the emotion or of your judgment about it, they will gradually dissipate. So it's just like what we learned at the beginning about taking the ray to the doubt or the fear or the limitation. When you're really working with the ray, then you're knowing that's a divine quality and you're not focusing on what's not working. So it will just gradually diminish. So the old systems will gradually diminish away. Awareness transforms. It is the major instrument for change. Yet at the same time, it wants to change nothing. Awareness says yes, yes to what is. It is receptive and accepting of all that is there. And this changes everything because it sets you free. So beautiful. Okay. And when we get to the law of change with the Divine Mother, she talks about um, the change being evolving, us evolving, but always remaining the same because we're all made of love, but we're always evolving. Mm. So yeah, okay, let's see. How much time did that take? Where are we at? Oh, that didn't take long at all. Okay, so let's just see what else I've got. So really anchoring in intention from the lower chakras, but knowing that it's coming to you in your heart. So practicing being in the heart space. I'm wondering, we could probably do um, the whole meditation again. I could just read it really quickly if you want, so that you could get a good sense of, yeah, why don't we do that? So then now just close your eyes. We'll do it this time because we've got lots of time. Just close your eyes and really feel into going into down to Gaia and then up and then through the seat of the soul into the golden temple and behind your heart. And I'll pause when it comes to the intentions revealing themselves. It's good practice to do it as a group because you're getting the energy from the group. So that's everybody comfortable enough to do this? Okay, so take a deep breath of gold. And when we look at the gold, it comes from that almost shiny platinum color of Yahweh into the brilliant shiny gold of Raj, of Sanat Kumara, keeper of universal law, into that deep Florentine gold, that old gold of Gabriel. And don't forget the rose gold and the gold of black-eyed Susans and the center of daisies of citrine. So breathe in that entire band of gold. As we begin to relax, as you settle into your chair, allow yourself, as we do our breathing, to breathe in that entire golden rainbow. The quality of gold is not only powerful, but it is warming. It is comforting, heartwarming. So relax and let go of the day, the week that lies ahead, and thank yourself. Thank yourself for taking this time, not only for you, but for us, for the collective, for humanity. So really thank yourself. We're in the home stretch. Bring down your shoulders, relax your jaw, relax your neck, sink into your chair as if you weigh 2,000 pounds and you couldn't move if you wanted to. Relax your hips, your knees, your ankles, your feet. And let's begin by taking a nice deep breath of gold and allow whatever color of the gold that comes to you, and simply breathe in through your nose and welcome it. Open your crown and see it descend into your head, and exhale the debris. So out through your mouth, of illusion, of stress, of tension, of worry. And again, breathe in the gold and feel yourself bringing all that energy down into your heart, deeper and deeper. Now, resting and anchored in your heart, together, let's go to the heart of Gaia, to the council fire. Feel your energy traveling down through your lower chakras, down through your legs, out of your root chakra, down through the floor, the cement, the foundation, through the soft earth of Mother Earth, down through the granite, through the rock, through the water, the gaseous layers, deeper. See yourself traveling down until you're at a portal, a window, a door, and go through that portal where you see Gaia, our beloved archangel, the mother of earth, our mother of earth, the custodian, standing by this beautiful golden campfire, the council fire. And see Gaia bend down and take one of these golden flames and place it directly in your heart, that you will carry her warmth and her wisdom as you travel during this earth life. Now feel yourself leaving, pulling back up through the void, the gaseous layers, the water, the granite, the earth, back through your foundation, your floor, your carpet, pulling that golden flame that you carry now into your heart, and feel that warmth and that golden glow. And go deeper with me. Go deeper into your heart. Breathe it in. And on the out breath, go deeper. And at the bottom of your heart, the seat of your soul, see a tiny pinprick of light, and fly through that pinprick portal of light to the interior chambers of your heart. Go now. And as you enter into these chambers, you see that these are magnificent walls, and upon these walls are written symbols and sentences, ancient languages, formulas, and all of this information that you have brought with you for you to access, to assist you on your sacred journey. Now, previously, we have looked at this wall and you have discerned your sacred purpose. So remember that and anchor that as well. But today we come to look for two things that relate to your intention for this lifetime. What was your intention in terms of your mission and purpose prior to returning to Earth? What was your plan, your agreement that you wrote on the walls of your heart prior to your return? So take a moment and read or feel or discern or listen, however you do this. Open your heart and listen and feel and read. What was your intention? And breathe and anchor that knowing, not in just a deep meditative state, but ask it to be anchored also in your conscious waking awareness, what was your plan? What was your intention? Now we're going to move to the second piece of information that is useful for you. What is your intention for your life right now? What is the smaller piece? What is your intention in terms of your ascension, the completion of your ascension in this moment of now? Look at the walls of your heart. Do not let preconceptions be your answer. Allow this information to emerge rather than simply lay it out. And bring this knowing to your conscious awareness as well. And see how it is in direct alignment and balance with your overall intention for your life. See the divine perfection and your reflection of divinity in this. Now, with that knowing of both factors intact, simply gently open your eyes, give thanks and gratitude for this wondrous insight. Okay. So that really only takes a few minutes of our time to do that. It was about 10 minutes. And it's a good one to practice, because the big picture intention, it doesn't really change. It's very loving. We all have that intention before we come to be love here. And then things tend to go awry because of the experiences, what we drop into, the family situations. But it's good to feel that in your heart and remember that in your temple. And then, what's the smaller piece? So just that one's a little bit more fluid, because our intentions are evolving. So it's a good one to come back to. It's a really good idea to set intentions every day, like the first thing. And then watch how your day unfolds, because it's with intention. Intention is always happening. No matter if we set it or not, we might as well set it and be conscious. This is how important it is to know that consciousness is something very powerful. And our waking awareness is too. So it's interesting how it's the three colors too. It's the Father, the Mother, and it's love. Awareness sets you free. Love sets you free. Mm. Conscious love, conscious waking love. Okay. And this energy, it's all like embedded down into our lower chakras. So it's a very powerful. There is no hierarchy in the dimensions or the chakras. They're all very powerful. I've heard people say, I don't want to go to the first dimension. Well, the first dimension is super important because it's really knowing your self-love and self-worth. So, and then the second dimension is the communication of that. So as you'll see, as we go up the ladder, it's each one is really well, they're all foundational, really. Mm, okay. And this is something that my principal guide told me back in 2012. And I know she was trying to anchor it into me as my one of my smaller intentions, which is a huge intention. But she said there's no such thing as mistakes. The only mistakes humans make is in judgment, when they judge themselves or others to be less than, when they do not see the glory of their own divinity. And that is just sad because when I arrived to 2012 and to be talking to her, there was a lot of lack in me, lack of self-love and lack of self-worth. So this is a really good foundational piece. Remembering our oneness, and so and that compassion, humility and compassion, non-judgment, and grateful for each other, and especially grateful for yourself. And that when you feel like the lowest chakra, the root chakra, is like a rose and there's a stem that goes straight down to the center of the planet, that's a fun way to remember that grounding to the center of the planet and to be in that feeling of connection to Gaia all the time. It really keeps you in your physical form and all the experience of trauma just diminish. So it's a great state to be in. The kingdom of heaven is within us right now. That was good that Lao Tzu reminded of that to us. Yes, Ken or Lillian.
Yeah, I when we went down into the the flame,
Mhm.
I got to see Gaia, and for the first time I saw her with a halo and wings.
Beautiful. Yeah, she's really beautiful. Did you see her bend down and get a flame for your heart flame?
Um, I don't know if if it just came to me or if she got it for me. I don't remember.
Yeah, that is a good one to practice. Go down and say hi to her every day. She loves it when we do that. And then it really grounds you into your connection to the planet. Yeah, it's a beautiful thing to do. And giving our gratitude to her because she has been holding us for such a long time. And look at what we've done to her. Yeah. Yeah. So, and she understands, but it's going to be so beautiful when we're all really, really honoring her, remembering that honoring and for nature, for everything, for each other, for nature. It's going to be amazing. Yes. So there's the cord that goes right from your root chakra right to the center of the planet. So everybody has this. It's just a matter of remembering and utilizing it. Just go down it every day and saying thank you to Gaia. hmm So, and we're working, this is all really electric energy, all these lower chakras, these ones. And the seat of the soul, this heart should go right down to here. It goes right to there. So that you can sort of see this chakra in behind, but that's the seat of the soul right there, the top of the solar plexus. So you can fly in there, or you can go in through the middle of the heart. There's a hridayam right in the middle. Yeah, Darren.
So how does the Helion chakra fit into that picture?
Right there. Is right there.
So uh, the
See, it's green.
seat of the soul is in the Helion as well as the solar plexus.
No, the seat of the soul is just a point. So it's just at the very, like if this heart went right to there, which it does, but it just covers up this one too much. It's right there. The seat of the soul is just a point. It's like,
but it's within the heart though.
yes, the base of it's the point of the heart chakra. If the heart chakra is like a heart, like a Valentine heart.
So the Halion is also within the heart then.
Well, you could say so. I mean, look at it. It's mostly green. It's green and blue. So, but you can say it's it's in front of the heart's in front of, or the Halion's. I would say that it's a little bit behind the heart chakra, but it's right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's very much like the heart. It's our galactic connection, which they're all loving. So that green energy. And then the electric blue of the Porlana Sea energy that's swirling around the planet. Yeah. Mhm. Yes. Ken, is it Ken or Lillian?
Yeah, it's Ken.
Okay.
So with these different points that we enter into the, is it the heart chakra that we go into?
Yeah, you're going into the temple in behind,
Okay.
the
So
golden temple.
so is there any difference entering from one point or another?
No, no, you're still going to the same destination. Into the
Okay.
temple. Yeah, into the temple. Into that golden energy that's in behind the heart chakra. Yeah. And gold, remember, gold is very powerful. It's our self-worth, which we've lacked for a long, long time, millions of years. Mhm. This has been a very long journey. Mhm. But the mother wanted us to keep busy. There was one channeling where she said we were bored. So she created this journey for us, and it has certainly kept us busy. Yes. So it's understanding like the golden energy really connects to the sunlight, the blue energy to the water, but just knowing we need both energies to create life. Water and light, it's, throughout all of nature, we are water and light. Source energy is the golden energy and the blue energy, the mother and the father. So really, the mother and the father, they're not beings like us, they're energy. So it's just it's hard to describe everything in human terms. Mhm. Our brains are so it's almost like um you really have to go into no English to sense it, feel it, know it. And that's, I think, what we're doing when we're flying into the heart and or dropping into the heart and flying into the golden energy in behind, because you're really going into your knowing, which do we need English to describe it? Well, I mean, we have a lot of questions, so English is a good way to communicate it, but there's so much more. So it's just good to practice going into that golden energy and sitting and feeling it. Mhm. So this is the color. The red rocks of Sedona are the color of this chakra, and then the root one is more the deep, deep red. And we're working on expanding that electric golden energy. So you can do that when you fly into that golden temple. And that's all the energy of all these lower chakras. We're really anchoring in gratitude for self and for everyone. Mhm. Yeah, to create a planet that's peace, love, and joy. Mhm. Yeah, so we can have connection to our star family. They're really watching us as we bring as peace, as well. More chaos has erupted, but hopefully we will at some point drop all the weapons. And then we can have contact with our star family. they don't want a lot of contact, like full on physical contact until we're at peace. So this is how important really knowing our self-worth is so that we come to peace. Mhm. Okay, so did we go too far over? Oh, well, we are. If anyone needs to go, it is almost at the end, but if you'd like to stay and send love for 10 minutes, that would be good too. Is everybody okay with staying for another 10 minutes? Yeah, okay, good. All right. So if we can do the homework for your intentions, like really contemplate that for a week. And even when we're sending love out to the planet, you can use this time to listen to, as we're sending, to listen to your guides, because intention is something that's always unfolding as well. Okay, so here we go. I'll put myself on mute and let's send love for 10. I'm still muted. Okay, there we go. Here I am talking away. Didn't realize I was still muted. Mhm. That was a peaceful one. Okay. Oh, Jane.
I'm here.
Okay, good.
The
Beautiful.
time change is affecting me.
Oh, believe me, I know. I'm feeling it.
Are you feeling it too, Kath? Okay,
Oh
good.
my gosh, this morning it was hard to get up after the weekend that I had and a time change.
Yeah. Oh, well, you look good, Kath.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, you look really good. So,
Thank you. It's the energies. It's this higher dimensional information.
so I was watching a Paul McCartney documentary on Prime before class,
Mhm.
and a reporter asked him what he values most in his life, and he says personal peace. And they said, anything else? And he says, no, it's pretty much it, personal peace. And John
Yeah,
Lennon was all about world peace, and they
yes.
broke up because they couldn't get along.
Yeah.
They
That's
both wanted the same thing.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Kind of ironic.
You know what? The teachings of actually sitting in the heart chakra haven't really been available to us. Most meditation people struggle with like sitting up here and thoughts ping-ponging around. It's the being in the heart is the game changer. Mm. And that's why every council of love meditation basically takes us into the heart. Yeah, or the different chakras too. Yeah.
Yeah, really, that's the only way to get out of the head, really, is to be in the heart. So it's essential, really.
But it never even occurred to me years ago when I was trying to meditate. And it's like with Albert Einstein. He said when he was alive, when he was teaching us the dimensions, never even occurred to him that there was a divine mother energy at source.
That's right.
hmm The patterning of the mother. He said everything is patterned on the mother. It never even occurred to him. Mhm.
Yesterday was International Women's Day.
It was, yes.
Mhm.
Yeah, when we did our event, we were really balancing inside in the equality of woman and man because we don't want it to become woman over man. We don't want it to bounce into that. We want it to be equal. Remember the equality. Yeah.
For sure.
Well,
Yeah. The practice is in like like in the actual in the relationships. Yeah. Yeah. But anyways, it's all fun. Lots of fun. We're here to practice. And we don't have to be perfect. It's not, SK said you can't, they don't expect us to jump up into this higher dimensional way like instantly. Mhm. Mhm. But it's fun. It's fun to learn about it. Yeah.
There is.
Okay, good. All right. Well, all I can say is really sense into what your intentions are. It's a great one, especially the big one. Try to remember what it was that you intended before you came here. It's not difficult. It's very, very simple. Just see what you come up with
Do you
for
know
next.
what yours are we muted, Steph? No. What do you know what yours is, Kathleen?
Yeah, it's basically SK goes into it in the teachings. Yeah. So yeah, it's very, very basic. We all came intending basically to be loving.
To spread love and joy.
Yeah,
Yeah, well, you said it was the same for everybody, basically, right?
basically the same. Yeah. To be love. Mhm. Yeah. Before we come here. But then look what happens when we get here.
Golly. Few bumps along the road, eh? A few potholes.
You potholes. And then when you can get outside of it and be able to look back down at it, it's very helpful. So the higher perspective, jumping out and looking back at it, it's very helpful. Yeah. And then even
Sometimes
motivating going forward to be in that state of joy. It creates more joy. Hmm.
Sometimes they feel like sinkholes.
Yes,
Yeah.
Well,
Holy quicksand.
there is a bottom.
There is.
Uh,
Well,
Mhm. There is a trap door out of the sinkhole. Oh my goodness. Yeah, it's good to be able to laugh about it. I think that's what happens when you get to the end of your life too. You see it. I've heard this in so many people that are ready to pass over and they say, "Oh, I wouldn't change it. I wouldn't change anything." Because there's so much teaching and learning and in every state. Mhm. Yeah. But anyways. It's all good. It's just a journey. It's one of millions too. You guys have had like thousands of journeys. It's so funny that we can't really remember them. Hmm.
might be a good thing.
I have a
I think,
hard time remembering this journey, let alone those other ones.
yeah.
Yeah.
What did you say?
Yes. Yeah. Someone said to me, so was asking about something that happened 2 weeks ago, and I was just like, I don't know, I can't. It's really difficult.
well, what you said earlier, Kathleen, 7 days is being compressed into 3. So it's a lot of information we're either bringing in or letting go of.
Hmm. Yeah, time's speeding up for sure. Yeah, it really is. I mean, it just felt like we had Christmas. I mean, that was already almost what, 3
Mid-March.
months? Yeah, yeah, 3 months ago. Yeah, it's wild. Hmm. Yes.
And I think we're coming more from our hearts all the time. So we're not using our memory anymore. It's all heart energy now.
It's true. And there's lots of people that like the lady that does the sound bath with me, she said she ran a music school and she remembered everybody's phone number. And she had a lot of students. And I'm like, you remembered everyone's phone number? And she says, now, not a chance. So yeah, she's not as much in her head and so it's not, we don't have to remember really. Hmm. Yeah, when you're in the heart, it's just intending to be love.
Well, I can remember my childhood phone number, 4442929.
Oh, very good. See, I can
Well,
remember mine.
That's a
you're
lot
back to
more.
your childhood.
Well, that my brain would had a lot more room in it back then.
And it was a 444, the first 3 numbers.
4442929.
Wow, that is a cool number. That's
That is
1111. That
was
makes
the first-
4.
They didn't have the
There were no
area
there
code.
was no
There
area
no
codes
area
back then.
code.
I know, but did you break it down? 444 is 3 fours, and then
Right.
2929. That makes 11 and 11, and that
Yeah.
makes another 4.
Yeah.
Wow,
Yeah. Right, Kathleen? That's huge.
that is. That's amazing.
15 Tanburn Place.
What's that?
15 Tanburn Place. That was the address.
Oh, that was the address.
Yeah.
Wow, yeah, I do remember I do remember my childhood phone number, 985-2378.
9852378. That's
I
a good
remember
number.
mine, 929-3750.
Wow. That's like burned in our memories. We had a party line. So we had somebody on the line. Like you
Does,
pick it up.
does anyone know this one? 967-1111. Pizza,
No?
pizza.
Oh, okay, good to know. Where exactly?
In Toronto, in Ontario. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, so funny. Oh, well. Okay. Well, I think I'm gonna go rest now, you guys.
Thank you, Kathleen.
Okay.
Thank you,
Well,
everybody.
Yay.
thanks a lot.
Sweet
Have a
dreams.
great week.
Okay,
Yeah.
Have a great
you
week. See
too.
you next
Well,
Monday.
Oh, next
well,
Good
Monday.
night.
Good night.
good night.
Night.